Hi, it's so nice to see you again. My name is Dr. Lindsey Sowers, and I'm a pharmacist on a mission to get you healthier. Today, I want to elevate your brownies. So I grabbed a box off the shelf and took a picture of the label, specifically the ingredients. I didn't take a picture of the nutrition label because really, I don't think that's something that you should pay attention to. So we all know that whole foods, the foods that are on the outside of the supermarket, your eggs and your produce, those are going to be healthier for you than processed foods. Nutrition labels really don't mean that much to me if I have that mindset. If I'm thinking I'm cooking from scratch, it's going to be better for me. If I have a processed item, it's not going to be as good for me. So today we are going to take brownies from the box and find a way to make them healthier for us. Because I'm not saying you can't have brownies. I'm not saying don't eat that sweet, that vice you have, that item that you instinctively go for when you feel stressed. I'm not saying don't eat that thing. I'm saying let's take it to another level. Let's elevate it. Let's make it better for us and better for our bodies. So the boxed brownies have so many ingredients that I would like to just get rid of. And when you make brownies from scratch, you can get rid of those ingredients. So when I look at the label of these brownies, I'm not going to give you the brand name because it really doesn't matter. All boxed brownies have similar ingredients in them. And obviously the first ingredient is going to be sugar. We know that. There's going to be a lot of sugar in brownies that you make yourself. So if you have decreased the amount of sugar that you are ingesting every day, that is awesome. I'm not asking you to eat more sugar at all. I'm looking for ways to make our bodies function better, and also by getting rid of sugar or minimal sugar, that will make our body function better. But for someone that's just starting out and someone that, needs that little sugar fix every now and then throughout the day, homemade brownies are going to be much better for you than the boxed brownies. It's all about baby steps. So there's something that I would like to point out on the label before we go through the ingredients. And that is that this box of brownies that I took a picture of contains bioengineered food ingredients. And what that simply means is that some ingredients in this box are genetically modified. So the new term that you'll see on food boxes is bioengineered, or BE for short, I think is what they're really trying to use, the BE. And so before, foods were labeled GMO, genetically modified organism, and you would see symbols that say verified non-GMO. And now what we're seeing is the term bioengineered. I personally don't want any bioengineered food going into my body because it hasn't been around very long. We really don't know what bioengineered food does to our body. All right, now we're going to go through the ingredients. Sugar, enriched flour that is bleached. So I'll stop right there. Flour that is bleached, we really don't want it to be bleached. We want it to be as whole as possible, but also whole wheat flour tends to absorb a lot of liquid. So I tend to use King Arthur unbleached flour. So that's a little bit better for us. It's still processed, but at least it's not bleached. Palm oil, cocoa, cornstarch. Both of those ingredients have corn in them. Most likely, those are the two ingredients that are bioengineered. So over 90% of our corn is, first of all, heavily sprayed, but second of all, genetically engineered, bioengineered, genetically modified. All those terms are interchangeable. And those are ingredients that I don't want to have in my body, and I hope that you do not put them in your body. And finally, it contains 2% or less of cocoa processed with alkali, non-fat milk, salt, canola oil, carob powder, and artificial flavor. Why are we putting artificial flavor in our brownies? There's enough flavor in them. If you make them at home, there's enough flavor in them. The canola oil, vegetable oil, not good oils. So coconut oil, avocado oil, those are healthy oils. Those are oils that are able to be extracted without high temperatures. And then lastly, for me, the non-fat milk that's in there, I stay away from milk products. So this, for me, I would say automatically at the bottom it says contains wheat and milk ingredients. So if you have a gluten allergy or a milk allergy, obviously you would want to stay away from these right away. Okay, so not only do you need to buy the brownie mix, but you also need to have some oil and some eggs at home to be able to make the brownies. So the simplest thing you could do if you want to buy a box of brownies is you could buy high quality eggs that have a lot of omega-3 in them from pasture-raised chickens, and that would make your brownies healthier. The other thing you could do is you could make them at home with this really simple recipe that I'm going to give you. My brownie recipe only has 6 ingredients. That's it, just 6. So if you want, you could buy the cheapest eggs, the cheapest flour that you could get, the cheapest butter, and make these brownies. And they're still going to be better than the boxed brownies. And you're gonna get tons of compliments on these brownies because you made them from scratch. And you can tell people, I made them from scratch. They're awesome. What I love about this recipe is that there's no oil in there. There's no vegetable oil, canola oil. You don't have to worry about that. Like I said, we still want to limit our sugar. So maybe when you make this brownie recipe, you could cut up what you're not going to eat or cut up half of it and put it in the freezer, and so that you can have little brownie bites later on. Because I know sometimes when I'm done with a meal, I just want something sweet to finish it off, or sometimes around a certain time of the month, I really am craving something sugary. So I can just pop one of these frozen brownies in my mouth and I feel instantly satisfied, and I don't feel so guilty about it because it's such a high quality brownie. Eating brownies every day won't make us healthier. But what I will say is if you substitute box brownies with homemade brownies and limit the consumption, and then down the road you have frozen pieces in your freezer that you're using instead of prepackaged snacks, that will make you healthier and stronger so you can fight off whatever comes your way. Email me if you'd like some more recipes at dr.lindseysowers@gmail.com. I'll see you next time.